got a funny feeling.
The song is called The Sky is Crying.
Baby, don't love me no more.
The Sky is Crying. Yesterday, as you were watching the horse,
I got a funny feeling.
the track, The Sky was
My
Crying.
baby don't love me no
It had the
more.
number 17 horse like me.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Skies is crying. Look at the tears going out my door.
Sonny Boy Williams. Listen. The favorite has won 5 straight years in the Kentucky Derby. Hit a couple races. My good friend Brian Blessing nailed the early races. Unfortunately, didn't have time to give him out because I was too busy cashing tickets. And then he gave me the 17 horse and lost some money back on that race. It was the co-favorite in the Derby. The other favorite, as you know, won, making it the first time in 5 years the favorite has won. Don't think chalk wins. As we say, chalk doesn't always win. The Derby's over. Now the question is, the next race we will attend,
Home of the Preakness.
Home of the Preakness. I made the wagers at the Pimlico, if you watch yesterday's video, which is right up the street. Now, the question is this. You like those orange shoes?
I do. Y3s.
Why 3? Here's the question. The question is, let me turn this down a little bit. Here's the question.
It's got Orioles colors on feet. White and orange.
Here's the question. The question is this. What does the shirt say?
I saw this future.
I saw the future. I attempt to see the future. Past performances is not an indication of future results. But what is an indication of future results is your habits, the psychology of you. It's all about you. We're on the phone talking to gamblers all day long and they say, John, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. See, this is what this is for. Look. We got a little theater up here, a little screening room. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Why would I expect today to be different than any other day if I'm going to have the same losing habits that I had the week before, the year before, the month before? Why would you think you're going to beat the bookmakers at their own game? We talked to a client this morning. He said, my man doesn't take baseball. And I said, well, you know, baseball is the easiest sport to beat. He said, you know, that's what he said. I said, but you're obsessed with playing basketball. He said, you know, I never thought of that. It's amazing to me. It's amazing how a lot of times the answers are staring right in front of you. Now, if you're looking to treat your wagering as a business, not a losing hobby, and you're looking to make this into an actual money-making proposition as opposed to a form of entertainment, like I always say, if you want entertainment, go to the movies. Understand, when I say dogs are the way to go, bark to the dog side. And I've been saying it for years. At this point of the season, the dogs have won 60% of the time. To be exact, 113 and 183 is your total if you've been betting favorites. I'm going to repeat that. 113 and 183 if you've been in favorites. So imagine if you've wagered on favorites, you have won 113 games, and you have lost 183. Can you imagine that? That's the, if you have bet home team favorites, you are up 4 games. You have won 70 games, and you have lost 66. So you think you got an edge betting home favorites? You've won 4 games. You think you're going to beat the man laying more than 110 vig in baseball? You are insane. It's just not going to happen. So understand that we follow the numbers very closely. We're not talking about emotion. There's an absence of emotion and a reliance on math. The biggest bettors in the world that I deal with, a lot of guys want to talk about the biggest bettors in the world, paying them. The biggest bettors in the world that I deal with that provide me with the information, that don't have the time to deal with you because they're too busy actually earning a living wagering on sports. Understand that their reliance is not on emotion. Their reliance is on math. Understand that you can watch a million videos on a million different websites. For the most part, the videos that you'll watch will be recorded videos with just voices behind a screen telling you a pretty story. A 20-minute story, a 15-minute story, a pre-scripted story. I got no stories. It's real, guys. Look, it's real. It's all real. It's mine. March 9th, 2016. It's all mine, baby. And I'm in front of the screen. And I'm on the radio. 100 plus shows at thesyndicateinsider.com. And I'm on Snapchat each and every day. And I'm on Instagram each and every day. And I FaceTime my clients each and every day. If you want ultimate transparency, and you literally want to be treated the same way you would when you sit down with your financial advisor and discuss your financial goals and needs for your retirement or your just trading as a whole, then you want to pick up the phone and you want to call Mike here at the office and let him lay out a money management program for you. If you want to discuss names of teams, if you want to call here like at Sports Talk Radio, which I do with Brian each and every week, this is not the game. If you want to talk about fantasy, you can call Mike, but that's not my game. So anything you want to impart? I noticed we were talking about soccer before we got on the video today.
Man, all 5 leagues are going today. The soccer doesn't end. We got World Cup qualifiers this entire summer. All the clients that are still with us from last year knew how profitable Euro Cup was. And this year the World Cup qualifiers in the same predicament with the international soccer. So those don't stop. And there's a huge edge with soccer because of that draw mentality.
Italian brand, sorry.
And, you know, the reality is we're not going to bet every sport every day. We're going to get a spot player and give him the opportunity as long as he's multidimensional. Not the gentleman that called this morning and says, I can only bet NBA playoffs. Or a client that calls and says, I only want to bet the game that's on ESPN. We're not doing this for entertainment. As John said earlier,
if you want entertainment, I'm telling you, the best thing you can do
is go to the movies like I'm going tonight.
We actually invest in a stereo system. 2-channel stereo system. People that don't have stereo systems, I even got this young guy into it. You have a 2-channel?
No, I feel alright.
I mean, listen, how can you not have... Listen to this.
But I come home to worry you.
You didn't even know. All you knew was an iPad before you met me, huh?
Headphones.
Headphones.
You know I feel so low.
Don't feel low when you pick these games
Till I don't know.
Go ahead, keep talking.
No, just the bottom line. You know, we're not doing this for entertainment. I'll be watching Guardians of the Galaxy tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. As we're talking to you at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we're still here.
Still here? Day's just beginning. The first NBA game doesn't start till 3:30. How could you... Let me ask you something, Big Mike. And when I say Big Mike, if you want to see a guy live, follow us on Snapchat, because I used to say Big Mike joking. This guy's a beast. Let me ask you something. How could you leave your office at 1 if it's 3:30, 6:30, and 9, and your halftime and in-game trading, and the first NBA game doesn't start till 12:30 Pacific Standard Time in Las Vegas?
Some people have different motives. We're trading all day.
Guys, if you want names of teams, could be a 3-game sweep today. We'll see. And look, I'm not a fan. We're just having a little fun here because we're in Baltimore. But like I said, if you guys want to find out what it is to actually win, like he was saying, there's other ways to entertain yourself. There's other ways to have fun. Sitting in front of a TV, watching a game, unless the purpose is to get action on in-game wagering and get a good, valuable number, is not the way. It's just not the way. So, again, learn from these videos. Be entertained from these videos. Understand, I have a mastermind in Vegas each and every week. I sit down, I fill rooms up. I teach people how to trade. I don't sit here and defecate from my mouth with redundancy and saying the same thing over and over and over again to bore you, which is why I have stopped doing a video 7 days a week. I'll basically do a video when I have some information to impart to you. You don't need to hear and be insulted with the same nonsense each and every week. And you don't need to hear sports news. You don't need to hear about the industry. You don't need to hear about, I'm the greatest. No. What I am is somebody that's going to tell you like it is. If you lose because of your actions. If you lose because of your unrealistic expectations. If you lose because your inability to understand the concepts of being properly funded like you would in the financial markets. If you lose because of the lack of being nothing more than a gambler that expects to hit a lottery ticket instead of a long-term investor. If you lose, it's because you're not interested in the macro, you're only interested in the micro. And that means you're on the outside. If you want to come into the inside, pick up the phone, you know, this one. Call Mike, that one.
I'll be here.
He'll be glad to talk to you. And then maybe he'll put the phone on hold and he'll say, John would like to talk to you. Anything else?
I think we got it all covered today.
Good day and good luck. Happy Sunday.